Hey, how you doing? My name is Cornell Lockett, and today we're going to go over a few kettlebell exercises that I do personally, and another exercise that's my favorite that I created to kind of throw in some different techniques. So I'm going to teach you techniques, form, proper posture, all the great things that you need to do these kettlebell exercises. The number one thing that I want to tell you about doing any type of lifting is that ego lifting is very, very, very dangerous. It's okay with you starting with lightweight, starting with easier weight, and starting to get comfortable for what's for you. Don't let the gym intimidate you, nor let the people in the gym intimidate you. Start at your own pace. It's okay to not look the best, or as long as you're there. The most important thing is that you're there. And if you have questions, ask, and then you can do your research. So without further ado, leaders lead, let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna go over is the proper grip of the kettlebell. There are two ways that I do it, but there's multiple ways that everyone else does it. So to do a clean, I'll always grab on the corner. I always try to keep, when I clean, I put the kettlebell right here in between the webbing of my thumb and my index finger, and I also make sure that it's hitting the end of my palm here. Simple clean, swing, clean. Now what I do here is I tighten my hand and I break it. So I'm breaking the kettlebell. Accelerate, break. Accelerate, break. What it is that you're really doing, almost like a row. You're pulling that elbow into the false ribs or the tights of your side. Right here at your false ribs, pull it in. Same thing. Still right along on my side. Clean. Okay, so that's gonna help with this movement that I'm gonna teach you how to do. So the rhythm is swing, 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 clean. It's a simple rhythm, but it can be done with proper movements. So let's get it started. Grab the center, swing, 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 clean. Now you're probably trying to figure out, well, you just told me to grab it on the end and you had it in the center. As I get to that clean, I slide my hand over in the motion to clean. So as I stated in the beginning, when you're gripping it, you're accelerating with an open hand. You're braking with the closed hand. Acceleration, break. Acceleration, break. So we're gonna do it one more time. Good stance, go. Swing, 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 clean. You see where my hand is? Simple movements. And you don't have to go into the full movement. You don't have to do the clean. You can simply do the basic swing just to start off. It is a harder movement. It's working your cardio. It's working your conditioning. As you can see, I'm breathing hard already. And it's also using a lot of stabilizer muscles within the same movements. So what's being used in the situation is your leg muscles, going from your rectus femoris right here to your two vastus muscles here. So as you do the swing, you're using your hip hinges here, and when you do the swing, you're stretching your rectus muscles and your vastus muscles, also with your hamstring muscles, which is 3 of them. So you're using your bicep muscle here, which is, you have a bicep muscle and your hamstring. Swing, and then you're kicking back using your vastus muscles or your calf muscles. Kick back. Now you're using, when you kick back, you're stabilizing with your calf muscle while using your deltoid and your teres major and your teres minor, along with your trapezius muscle and your infraspinatus. So as you swing, you're swinging that, you're using all those muscles in the motion. Okay, so we'll just do the 3. So just to be simple, swing, 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 swing. This is one of the exercises that I'm still studying to figure out the benefits of. Now, one thing that I do know is that it's working more than just the muscles. This is actually working the skeletal, the whole, the whole spinal cord. So you have 3 regions of your spinal cord. You have your cervical region, which control your upper limbs, thoracic region, which is controlling your ribs and protecting this area, and your lumbar region, which is for your lower limbs, etc. So, with that being said, when you do this movement, it's working a lot of your spinal cord. Now you have, with your cervical region, they are a lot smaller, more so flat. They have these little spinal segments coming off of them, but your thoracic region are more slanted. So as they go down, they come out with a spinous process, which is the end of the spinal cord. So you'll be able to feel it. If you reach back, you'll feel like a little knot. That's the end, that's the tip of that spinal, well, the bone at least, that protects the spinal cord, which is a long cord that ends with nerves. But anyway, so when you're bending, what I recommend is that you do this first. You're gonna go into a swing. You're gonna go up, turn, lean down slowly, touch, come up slowly. Do these movements smooth. It's not about a race, it's just smooth. So when you're adding weight, it becomes a little different. So here's the clean. Up, turn, come down, touch, come up, smooth, come back down. Later in the video, I'm gonna do all these exercises pretty fast. So I'm just giving you the basics now so you can know how to do them on your own. The same thing with the other side. I'm more right-handed, so it kind of helps me do it with my right hand first. We'll go into the next exercise. When we go into this next exercise, it's one of the ones that I like to do the most, but I'm gonna give you the alternate version of it. It's basically a clean, a squat, and a press. I'm gonna do it with the kettlebell first to give you the gist of what is going on. Then I'll use the big boy. Take the kettlebell in the center, clean, squat, up, turn the wrist, press, turn the wrist, down. Simple enough, right? Now let's use the big boy. This is a little bit harder because your weight differential kind of carries this. So it's very important to have proper stance, proper breathing, proper form, proper posture, proper everything. I'll show you what happens when you don't. When you don't have proper grip, the weight leans. That goes with proper form, that goes with proper posture, and proper stance and proper breathing. So let's do it the correct way. First I'll start up, check the weight. Up, squat, up, turn the wrist, press, up, turn the wrist, and down. Once again, I'm right-handed, so it's easier to do it on my right than it is to do it on my left. So, single leg RDLs with the kettlebells. You can do the same thing with the big boy. I do it with the kettlebells, so that's what I prefer. But same thing, proper form. You want to try to keep your back straight, or just a neutral back, even though you're holding something. Just try to keep it straight. You're trying to balance your core right over top of your, all aligned with your leg, flowing all the way down. So from your head to the tip of your foot should all be over one another. So let's do this first one. With the kettlebells, come up, slowly come down, come up, slowly come down, come up, breathe out, breathe in, out, in, out, in. Same thing with the other leg. Everything is aligned. Out, in, out, in. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. Pretty simple, right? It gets harder. The next thing we're gonna do is the side lunges with the kettlebell. Get into a sumo stance. You're gonna lean to your right, keeping the kettlebells down. Coming up, leaning to your left. Okay, so that's the next thing we're gonna do. Let's get it. Lean down slowly. Pull up. Lean, touch, up, lean, touch, up, lean, touch, up. Next exercise, we're gonna do rear lunges with the kettlebell. Super easy exercise, it's not hard. Start with lightweight, get comfortable, do what's right for you, do what's beneficial for you, and you'll be pretty much good. So for starters, what I like to do is do a swing, bring it up, get my feet situated. What I'm gonna do is step back. I wanna bring these in closer to make the weight even, get proper form. Step back, come down, up, step back, come down, up, step back, come down, up. Other side, same thing. Step back, come down, up, step back, come down, up, step back, come down, up. Pretty simple. One of the things you might be concerned with is how to get the kettlebell swing down with both hands to one hand. So in the same sense when we were doing the side lunges, you want to grab the kettlebell in the middle, get in the V stance. What you're going to use here, your hip hinges. So to get the kettlebell in motion, hip hinge back. To get it going, hip hinge forward, back, forward. The other thing you want to keep in mind, to keep your elbows tucked to your side. And as you snap forward, the kettlebell will move effortlessly. Come back down. You're also going to have a snapping motion. So you're going to hip hinge back, up. Pretty much how that goes. So let's go into the first movement. So catch the V. Hip hands back. Forward. 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 Pretty simple, correct? Okay. So we're doing those movements. You never want to have your hands going outward. You want to keep that motion smooth and very, very, very formative. So keeping your form, keeping your posture straight, keeping a neutral back, keeping the swing simple, letting